It is I, Jaws Blake, a little less hairy in the face area. Ugh. I was not here last week. You know, some people asked me about that. I just wasn't feeling up to it, so I didn't do it. But that does kind of roundabout get to a topic of this is free, so I mean there are times when I'm gonna take a break from doing this. Like it's just how that's gonna work. That's how things go. Sometimes you will find yourself taking breaks from things. It's mental health days, if you will. You don't just take them for regular stuff, you take them for everything. So, I don't know. I have been making art and trying. That didn't work. There we go. Salmon Toast from Bevco. Takoma Bevco. I have been, for the most part, trying to work on a bunch of art stuff, get the art book going. Hey, pretty. Yeah, there we go. Working on the art book, working on just all these little things. Bread is hard today. I guess it's cold outside. And it's been interesting. Jeez, this is gonna be a lot of good ASMR. Why, thank you. I always worry. I think a big worry I had in my earlier years. Guten Morgen. Yes. Bonjour. The earlier years in my life, I was kind of surrounded by people who didn't understand what like a West Indian like Afro-Latino kid looked like. And so as a kid, I was told a lot that I was kind of ugly because I had different features, so to speak. And so when I was able to grow a beard, I started growing it out, partially because I didn't want to feel targeted, I guess. Because I used to always, god damn. All right, so yeah, this might be a little hard. Oh well, that's crazy. I've never broken a fork live on stream. Kids are evil. This is true. Thank you for the compliment. But I remember like being worried about that. So a lot of my art is oftentimes reflective of not so much my face, but like of all these people who I know dealt with very similar kind of bullshit in their lives. Like they have America specifically has a very distinctive idea of what they think black people or people of color or all these types of things, mixed kids, etc., look like. Like they have a very distinctive idea. And when you don't meet those silent expectations, sometimes that is difficult. So I've been making it a point for the last couple of years with my own artwork to, probably the last 10 years or so, to highlight a lot of kind of non-traditional like Anglo faces, because I don't know, I feel like we need to be championed. I feel like we need to feel like we are appreciated and loved, and artwork, we are artwork within ourselves, you know? We are more than simply, you know, light-skinned person over there type of, and you know, that we're more than what is aesthetically pleasing to like white people, I guess is kind of the best way I can think to put it. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, it's nice to be perceived as like attractive or interesting looking or whatever, but you're all attractive and interesting looking. You're just different than Hollywood's or whatever's interpretation of what that looks like. So, there are so many different types of beauty. It is highly ignorant to think there's just one, though. It is okay to have a preference. Yeah, Pretty's right. There is. There's nothing wrong with you liking what you like, but I don't know. I want to help people feel happy in their own skin. And if I can do that via representation in fine art, then I'm taking my gifts and putting them forward. And so as of today, I have 4 zines left. 4 physical zines. I've mailed out the other ones. I mailed out one today to Ryan. Thank you very much. You're definitely making me very popular with my postal service. They know me by name now, which is nice. And this makes me happy. I've been working on all this art. I'm working on some big pieces. I'm working on little pieces. I'm doing all types of stuff. And I've just been doing these to just keep my brain sharp. You know? It's not... I think a lot of times people think like you just make artwork because you want to... It's exhausting to do this much, by the way. Little tiny things are so tedious. So yeah, but I've been doing that, so that's really fun and exciting. I'm worried sometimes that I'm annoying with how much I talk about it, but I mean, you got to promote your stuff. You got to. Otherwise, how is anybody ever gonna find it? I mean, whether it's a book, whether it's artwork, whether it's music, whether it's your ideas, whether it's your OF, whether it's your YouTube channel, whether it's your physical business, you have to be willing to reach out and communicate with people. Let them know. There was a small business Saturday, which is not necessarily the most successful thing, I gotta be honest with you. Like Cyber Monday, I feel like is a way more successful day for a lot of stuff. I think Small Business Saturday, the concept behind it was you're going to support a bunch of local businesses, and in that, supporting local businesses, whatever that type of business is, like everything's not going to be discounted. Like that's not how that works. Like that works really well if you're like a huge business. If you're a small business, not so much. One, you don't have a lot of inventory to begin with, comparatively to say a Target or a Walmart or an Amazon. Just understood it perfectly. So small business Saturday was a great idea until big business got involved. Completely. They just kind of grabbed the eyes off of the small businesses that were trying to attract attention by saying, yeah, come to the mall, come to Best Buy, come to Walmart, Amazon. And then it kind of lost its momentum, you know? It stopped being one of those things that cast its reel out and then hooked people in. Like, I definitely saw quite a few, like, very big, like, $1 million businesses sponsored by American Express, and they're offering cash back pursuant to debt and good batch of gross. Yeah, it is gross. Well, I saw a company, I'll just name stuff because it doesn't matter. So, some of you know that in addition to being a painter, I'm also a bike mechanic. And while being a bike mechanic, like, we have a lot of bigger companies that we go against. We're an individual small store. And so companies like Trek and stuff like that are very big companies that try to come off as like, hey man, we're just a little guy. And you're like, no, you're like a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, it's not for you. Small Business Saturday is not meant for you. Small Business Saturday is meant for like your local neighborhood and just all that little stuff. Like, go to a dry cleaners. Go to, I don't know. I'm not telling people what to buy and not buy. I think in a lot of ways we're gonna do whatever we want to do regardless of what day it is. But it would have been nice to not see people trying to come in and make and like use their credit card and only make like 13 purchases with said credit card on one expense because they're getting cash back on that day of anything $15 and up. So they try to buy something, making 13 purchases so they can buy one thing for 15, to get the cash back thing. Like, it's a little abusive as far as like how small businesses work. I think what a lot of people don't understand is, as someone who also owns a small business in my mural business and in my art business, we pay per transaction. So although it is a great deal for those who can, do that 17, 18 times per purchase, it's not really beneficial for anybody else. Because the transaction fees are horrible. And don't get me wrong, I take Venmo payments, I take PayPal, I take credit cards, I use Square, I do all those things. However people can pay, I'm more than happy for that, but there can be ridiculous requests that people make. They just kind of have to just be honest with them and go like, yeah, I can't do that, I'm sorry. And maybe you lose a customer in that. I don't know. It's kind of strange. It's a very odd place where like you want to be able to do well, and then there's just so many hurdles in between that. So, sad stories by sad people, I guess. Beyond all that, it was actually a really good breakfast. Although it did break my fork. incredible. What I have to say, it's been kind of difficult for me to really enjoy meals for the last couple of months. Uh, Being diabetic, there's certain things I can't eat anymore. There's certain ways I don't eat anymore. And then there's things that I've tried that I haven't had in a while, and I haven't enjoyed the taste of them anymore. So it's kind of a weird feeling. I don't eat as much as I used to. Maybe my stomach has shrunk. I'm not really sure. But I just don't feel. There's not a fulfillment sometimes. And my wife has been doing these great meals of like roasted vegetables and stuff. And I've been enjoying those a lot. But there was definitely a point where I was trying to kind of have meals but not really plan them out properly. It's kind of miserable. So I'm learning as I go. I had this idea that I'd love to start like an art collective of like diabetic artists and just see the stuff they make. Like we all meet together, have a talk, have a check-in, and we make art. And we share, and we have shows and sets, and all these things. I'd like to start some sense of community amongst a lot of us. I know that's not always what everybody wants. A lot of us are very solitary. We're good about staying focused on our own, but not so much on other people's ideas of what everything is. You heard that moment where like your neck itches, like your back itches, like behind here, and you're just like, ah. That's where I am right now. So yeah, I'd love to start something new like that. I'm going to be on several podcasts about the art book, about being an artist, about being Afro-Latino, West Indian, and all that stuff. So in the next couple of weeks, you're gonna see your boy up on stuff. On the 5th of December, I am going to be on Kat Black's show, and she is super cool. She's an artist out of New York, who I believe still lives in Philly, or lives in Pittsburgh. Or she may move to New Mexico now. It doesn't matter. These are not important factors. But Kat's got this really cool show. I've been out once before. So I'm excited about that. So that'll be on Instagram. It'll be at 8 o'clock on the 5th of December. So please check that out. I'm also going to be on Ryan's podcast. It's like a movie discussion podcast. We're going to talk about art. We're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about all types of cool stuff. So Ryan Varel, he's very cool, very nice guy. We did some work together a while back. So I'm excited about these things. These are good. These are great. Kind of outstretches the reach of all the art and all the stuff. I'm just excited about it. I don't know. I'm excited to like do things again. I have learned in my life, and the hardest lessons I have learned are there are lots of people out there who will hear about your successes and they will not be happy for you. And you cannot let that drive you up the wall. Some people just, they don't know how to celebrate other people's success. They don't know how to passively ingest other people's success. The key is to not let that derail you. You know, like it would be great if every time every one of us had a successful moment in our lives, that all the people we know in our lives were like, "Oh man, that's amazing! You're so cool. I want to support you in all the ways." But that's not who and what we are. We're kind of selfish. I mean, that's kind of what it is. We're kind of selfish. We see people doing great stuff, and we instantly go, I want to do that. And in a way, that's inspiring. Like, you're inspiring someone to, like, make those steps to go forward. But in some ways, people are like, I can do that better. I'm going to do it now. Or I'm just going to criticize what you do and not support at all what you do. And that's okay. I mean, I am very lucky on the aspect that I have so many wonderful people who support what I do. I've got the incredible Patreon that I have, and those people have been my stand strong beside me people for so long, and I love them so much for that. I have my other fans from all over the world who have also supported me when they can, and that is insanely wonderful, and I appreciate it on a deep, deep level. So the key is to not focus on those who see your success and then choose to nitpick, because it doesn't do anything for you. It just slows you down in your progression. There have been many times in my life that I have walked forward, looked back, and waited for someone else to catch up, or waited for someone else to show up, and then they didn't, and then I was having to walk back up to the part in which I had already gotten to. And it's just not the right way to go. Like, swim in the rivers and the lakes. Just swim in them. Not just the ones you're used to. All of them. Yes, I quoted TLC. You have to just give yourself the opportunities to just be as great as you can be. Take breaks, because you don't owe anyone any type of performative aspects of your creativity. You just have to be willing to put it out there and go for it, if that's what you want to do. Strong teeth is good too. I don't know. I just wanna give good things to the people. And in giving those things to people, you have to realize that they may not accept them. And that's okay. Because, my friend, that is life. And life sometimes is a little messy. So we move forward, we do what we can, and we fight our best fights. And sometimes we just fight them with love. I don't know if any of that made sense, but whatever. Love you, Galeras. I hope you're well. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great week. I hope your holiday was nice. If you took one, I hope all the things that you've been working on work out fortuitously. I hope you are inspired. I hope you are happy. I hope you're healthy. And know that you're loved. Even by the people who don't say it. You are loved. All right. I gotta go. I got stuff I gotta do. I got art stuff. I gotta eat cat food. These cats, they eat every day. It's crazy. What a bunch of jerks. No. Yeah. Have a good one. I got a new art video that is out right now. Thank you. Hope you feel extra inspired today, John. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I will take you up on that. Yeah, no. I'm going to do some good stuff. I'm going to work on myself and my art. And I hope you feel inspired to do the same. Painter out. Ciao and goodbye.